Great. So, welcome to the podcast,
Thank you so much.
the Horizon Deep Tech podcast, almost in the middle of the convention floor itself here at Levant.
La nave.
That's the
Yeah,
that's
the Spanish.
My
name
Spanish
escapes
is
me.
not good, so it's.
Yeah, no, it's no problem.
So we have invited you and your team on this podcast.
Yeah, we were two and wanted to come in, and there was
Yeah.
only
Yeah,
space for one.
To speak a bit about your company.
Yeah,
But before we dive directly into this, can you just give me a brief backstory of what you're coming from, the educational a little bit background maybe, and what leads you to joining or being part of this company today?
yeah, for sure. Well, basically, both my company and my background have a lot to do because I'm here on behalf of ISC, Formula Student Racing Team. As the name suggests, it's a team made for and by students. Therefore, I am still a student. I am a fifth-year student of a double degree in telecommunications engineering and business analytics. So a little bit of everything here in Madrid in ICAI, Universidad Pontificia Comillas. And yeah, my background in kind of the deep tech and all these technological advancements that we are here pushing in the Deep Tech Summit are basically what I've done in class and what we've pursued inside of the development of the team.
Amazing. Sounds amazing. And did lead you to the company you're a part of today?
Yeah.
What brings you to join to
So
be a part of the company or make this company?
Yeah, so the company itself, we don't get paid. It's not a company like that. It's students association. It's the
All right.
biggest student
Yeah.
association in the university.
Yeah, yeah.
And we work designing, manufacturing, and racing with electric cars. A Formula type car, kind of a little bit smaller. It's exposed down there. I'm sure you saw it. It's a pretty one. And what got me here was just I wanted to do something with what I've learned in class and applying that into something that's material, and that I can see working was something that I was really looking forward to. And especially, I mean, I'm really into cars and the automotive sector and everything. So working at a Formula student project, which is kind of like the forefront of Formula One, something, I think the statistic is like something like 80% of the people who work in Formula One as engineers have gone through a program of Formula student. So I saw it and I said, okay, I may have limited time because of my studies, but all the time that I have left, I want to dedicate it to pursuing this passion of mine, and that's what led me to the company.
Yeah. So let's introduce the company.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of said it, repeated myself over again. But ISC Formula Student Racing Team,
Yeah.
it's a student association
Yeah.
for the Universidad Pontificia Comillas
Yeah.
here in Madrid, specifically ICAI, which is the engineering branch. And we dedicate our time to design, manufacture, and compete with an electric vehicle,
Yes.
Formula type vehicle. And this year, which is my main focus, it's that we're making it autonomous as well.
Autonomous as well. All right.
Yeah.
So you basically build an electric F1 kind of car
Yeah,
in a little bit smaller scale.
yeah.
That is electric and now is focused on becoming autonomous as well.
Yes, so exactly the same prototype that we use for manual driving in the regular competitions. So because there's no racing car without actual racing, right? So we, each summer after we have ended the period of building the car and everything, we go and compete in circuits against other universities of the same program with their own cars and their own developments. And yeah, the same car that's supposed to be driving manually is going to be equipped and able to drive autonomously as well.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
thank you.
I mean, it is a twofold thing because on one side you're more focusing on the engineering and the mechanical part of the car, but you're also losing the human touch of. So in terms of professional racing, it's more like a whole new category.
Yeah, exactly. And that's specifically what it is. So in Formula Student, there's the combustion category, the electric category, because you can't race apples,
No.
and you can't compare apples and oranges. and then there's the autonomous category. So it's like a different competition within the same event and the same time frame, but it's just a different event.
Amazing. And it might sound stupid, but it's working.
Yeah, actually, well, it's a very difficult question to answer because we, as we're a student association, we develop thanks to sponsors and companies like Iberdrola who want to support us and support the development of young talent. And due to financial constraints and limitations of being a racing team and not having overwhelming budgets, we have not been able to test in the real life our developments that we have done in the simulator. However, we have been 2 years working only on the development of the prototype within a simulator that we have ourselves developed, and it's working flawlessly. There's some things that need to be taken into account when implementing it in the real life in our own prototype, like sensor noise or odometry in real life, but that is accounted for in the code and in the development, and that's just the necessary steps that we need to follow this season to bring a competitive autonomous car.
Amazing. And
Thank you so much.
So you think you'll be ready to race?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's always mishaps and things that can occur during the development of a season. Last year, for example, we were supposed to go to Formula Student Germany, which is like the Champions League of the Formula Student competitions. And due to a faulty resolver, a faulty piece, preparing the competition, we were disqualified beforehand. So we got in, we were about to go, we needed to do some sort of checks before going, and there was just a big problem that was out of our control and we couldn't fix it in time to deliver on some deadlines. But I mean, obviously we're students, so the whole purpose of this category is to learn and obviously to perform and to race. And we have been learning of our mistakes over the last 7 years. This year is our development of our 8th prototype. And I feel like we are more than ready to face this season. That is the one with like the biggest jump in terms of like you're removing the driver completely from the equation.
So your car will be running autonomously by this end of the season when the race starts.
Yeah, so all the competitions are held in summer. The first one I think is Formula Student in the United Kingdom in Silverstone, and that's July, I believe, like early July. And we aim to have the car ready and built by April. So we have April, all these months to test the car manually, to do the checks that the development has indeed gone as it has supposed to, and the upgrades we have brought this year work as intended, and most importantly, to check how the driverless system works in real life.
Amazing. So I imagine there are, because there's so many variations to consider in building autonomous driving.
Yeah.
What have been some of the major difficulties you have had to overcome in this development? I know everything is a struggle. But is there something that stands out to you in saying, this we either did not expect, or this has actually been a major struggle in getting the car to recognize and not just smash into the other cars?
Well, you know, the thing is that the project or the development of the driverless system began 2 years ago with me. So I'm still the first person within the team to lead this development. And there are some friends, members of the team that have become friends over time. And we all agree on the same thing, that it's the same as when you have to do a piece of writing and you have the blank page feeling. Like you don't know where to start. There's so much ideas or no ideas at all. So for me, that was the most difficult part, because it's such a different world, such a different atmosphere, and just in overall, it's just a different realm of competition. Like you're taking the human out of the equation and you're trying to be faster than the rest of the guys that have been 5, 7, 8 years doing the thing that you're trying to achieve. So for me, and I've talked this internally with the team, we agree that it's the most difficult part was to start, because then you start reading up on papers and you ask people, and there's a conference in Hamburg that we go to every year, and we talk to other teams, and there you get ideas and you can discuss with other people how they're doing. So maybe you change your approach and you share your ideas, you know. So for me, the most difficult part by far was starting out.
Yeah. I can imagine. You know, where in a circle, where is the beginning and how do you,
Exactly.
if you only look at a circle, where do you start?
Yeah, it's like the chicken or the egg.
Yeah. And at some point you just have to say, this is where I start, you know, and get started.
It's a big leap of faith at the beginning, and I feel like you have to realize that you're going to make mistakes, and you have to be prepared to make them. But mistakes is where you learn the most, I believe.
Yeah.
It's not like I've crashed in a car, and that's one of the design principles of the driverless system, not to crash the car and not to break it, because there's 80 people in the team working every year, apart from their studies, in their free time, working afternoon, morning, nights, and in summer especially, to get the car up and running and built in time.
Yeah.
And it's disrespectful to them and to their work.
Yeah, definitely.
To break the car.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a big leap of faith at the beginning. Is trying new things, not being scared to be wrong, because you're going to be wrong, and there's people who know better than you and who will teach you. And just surround yourself with people that fight with you and want to get in trouble with you in the best sense of the word.
Yeah, definitely. So, in autonomous driving, now you have gotten a broader knowledge of the field, even an in-depth knowledge of the area, what it takes to make autonomous driving. If we're speaking autonomous driving in general, how do you see the future of autonomous driving? I mean, it is already being tested out in the world, and in the US they have a few...
the US and China especially,
driverless taxis going at the moment as well. Is it the future?
I believe it is, yeah. I think that especially long commutes are going to be primarily autonomous driven. For me, I don't see autonomous driving going into the cities itself, because you go by a park and then a ball jumps out and a kid goes behind the ball because they're playing football. And that's unpredictable. And if the movement is way too fast, maybe a human driver can know that they're going around the park and they have to be more careful. Maybe that's what speed signs are for, right? But I feel like the first thing that's going to be autonomous is going to be logistic shipments. Something like trucks with networks, with a set of predefined set of stops or checkpoints that the car has to, or the truck has to go to reach the destination. No? But for me, I mean, I work in a racing team. I like cars, so I wouldn't get my car driving autonomous because I like driving.
Yeah.
But I feel like long commutes and long driving times are going to be the first type of problem or situation that's going to be solved autonomously.
So it's not the end goal is not necessary to create autonomous driving for the average user who's taking normal short trips to the grocery store, taking the kids to school, stuff like this, going to work.
Maybe it is. I mean, you would have to ask some of the primary development agencies on this, but I personally, and talking with my family who are not even that that enthusiastic about cars and racing and so on, there's also some peace and some ritual into driving. Maybe you go out for a drive and you listen to your music and you're there. I feel like the place where we have most to gain by autonomous driving is the long commutes.
Yeah.
And it's also safer. I mean, taking in on a baseline of connected cars and smart grids and smart cities, if you're able to communicate cars between each other and maybe, hey, heads up, the right lane is closed due to working, or there has been a massive accident in front, that makes the road safer and eventually faster. I mean, if you know how everything is going, where everything is going, and where everything is, you can take more risks with the speed. I mean, without inheriting the risk of getting into an accident. You know.
Yeah. So in autonomous driving, there is number one maybe ethical debate, which is do you damage yourself or do you drive down a kid or putting it on a spike? But basically, do you crash the car or do you go straight ahead? And if you always calculate the minimal casualties, is it still the correct decision? And who made the decision?
Right.
Now you're not working necessarily in general automation, but you're working in a race car environment instead. How are you working on these risk analysis when speaking about race car driving, for example?
Yeah. I mean, going on the first part, like the civil autonomous driving, when you ask people and developers on this exact topic, because it's a question that it's an ethical dilemma that we've all asked now. But when you talk to them, their answer is going to be always the same. Is that we are not going to have a situation in which this decision appears. And that's an easy way of escaping it. But I mean, I kind of agree. If you take precautions, and that's what I said, I don't see autonomous driving in kind of a more urban, outskirty environment. But for the racing part, I have to say that in Formula Student, we don't race car to car on track at the same time.
Oh, okay. So it's on time.
Yeah, it's basically on time.
Okay.
There's in manual Formula Student, there's a part with the largest, with the longest dynamic event is endurance, and that's like some kilometers, and you race like some cars at the same time, but you don't see overtaking, like traditional overtaking. There's not going to be a Verstappen Hamilton incident.
One less thing to spend too much time on then.
Yeah, on Formula Student, we kind of simplify these kind of situations to further development on the actual algorithms and stuff. The tracks, for example, are made out of cones, so for the autonomous driving, you just have to eliminate the floor and identify where the cones are to make the edges of the track, and then do tell the car where it needs to go, and then finally like the down controls of like I brake here, I turn this much.
So what's next? After, I mean, you're the next. You still have your eyes on one goal, which is the race in the new year, in the summer. What's the next step? Now you're doing autonomous student driving racing. What's the next step in this? Is it to keep getting it better and faster, or is there a new angle of technology you're implementing into it?
You can always go faster. You can always do it better. You can always do it lighter. Yeah. And we are far and away from the best in Spain, let alone the best in the world or in Europe. So the goal is always like continuous improvement. We since this is our first driverless integration with the real car, and it's the real deal. It makes no sense to go all out on the first year with some riskier algorithms or riskier behavior of the car, because you risk it going wrong and it being a failure. So it's just continuous improvement, trying to find new things, and then fostering new ideas within the team. Maybe there's a team member who's the head of perception systems, and they have an idea on how to use convolutional neural networks to better and faster detect cones and more accurately. Then start developing that. Tell me how you're going to do it. Talk with some professors. Tell everybody what you're doing. Get help.
Yep.
Maybe talk to our partners. Some of our companies that support the project can help you with that.
Yeah.
And that's basically the next step, is always doing better, thinking. I know it sounds cliche, but thinking outside of the box and doing things the way that other teams have not done it before. Yeah. Because that's how you get the competitive advantage.
Yeah. But what's amazing about organizations like the one you're in is that while it is not a for-profit thing, it is often one of the playgrounds where new braking technology is developed. Yeah. Or at least made to work in real life situations.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
the technology you're developing in your race car for this autonomous driving could help the next generation of autonomous driving
Definitely.
in the general public as well. Or, as you say, in shipping and long hauling of trucks and boats, this technology could be applicable to this. So
Yeah.
it's an amazing and exciting future, really, for autonomous driving.
It really is.
And we are only just getting started.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, for us, it's literally just the beginning.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things more to come from us specifically.
Yeah.
And I think that the future of Spanish engineers, seeing how our team works and the other Spanish teams work, is really bright. And I think we can give a lot back to society and make it a better place.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is, in the end, the labor of engineers.
Yeah. Amazing. We're actually out of time already.
Fantastic.
Yeah. But
it went by like a breeze.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for inviting.
I hope you have had an amazing time here at Horizon Deep Tech in Madrid. And at least we'll have an amazing rest of the day as well.
We will. Well, I mean, we have to go to lunch, and that's one of the best moments of the day. So.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for joining, and have a fantastic day.
Thank you so much for inviting. You too.